Hi everyone, my name is Sue and I'm a special education teacher and autism teaching and learning coach in the Hume region in Victoria, Australia. Today I'm going to show you a very simple tool that you can use to help children understand the passage of time and to transition from one activity to another. You can obtain a copy of this template by contacting me via the Teacher Space website. You'll find my contact details at the end of this video. After printing out the template, I laminate it for durability and then I cut out all of the pieces. What I also have is a piece of black cardboard which has been laminated as well, and I attach Velcro to the back of each of the laminated pieces and also to the front of the strip which will hold the actual visual tool in place. It's really important that when you're using Velcro that you're consistent about where you have the hook and where you have the loop. The way that I always operate is that I have the hook part, the part that's scratchy, on the back of the object that I want to move into position, and I have the loop part in the base plate so that I can use these tools on carpet, I can use them on walls, I can use them on felt pieces and make them transferable from one setting to another. So here's the tool and here's how it works. This is a 5-minute timer, so each of these tiles represents a minute of time, and we have our finish symbol at the end so that the student knows that when we transition from here to here that the activity is actually finished. So for every minute I would take off one of the tiles and I would actually put it into our finish box, or the student might actually like to do that themselves. And then I would say to the student, we have 4 minutes left, and then we're finished. A minute later I'd come back and say to the student, another minute has passed, number 4 goes into the finished box, and now we have 3 minutes. 3 more minutes until finished. And I continue that way until I reach the finish symbol. So let's just imagine I've done that. I'll give the child a really good warning. This is your last minute, 1 more minute, then finished. And then when that minute is over, I'll say your activity is finished and let them know what they're going to next. It's time for reading. Here's a very simple adaptation to the basic timer concept. This timer was made up for a student who loved computer. So what we did was, instead of having the numbers 5 through to 1 and then finished, we set him up so that he had 5 computer icons on his strip, and every time a minute or so had gone past, we removed one. The beauty of this is that you can make the amount of time any length you like. Each of these does not have to represent 1 minute at all. We can look at what's going on around the room and we can take one off as we need to. So we can be looking at the behaviour of the other children, whether it would be safe to transition a child, whether there's too much in terms of sensory issues going on in the room to transition that child, and we can time the child's transition according to what we see. So instead of going one every 1 minute, we can take them off whenever we like. This could just as easily work for a spa or for blocks, Play-Doh, even a trip to McDonald's, so that we can start off the McDonald's outing with a row of 5 McDonald's symbols, and as we get closer to going home time, not necessarily 5 minutes, we'd peel off 1 McDonald's symbol at a time until the activity is finished. Many children on the autism spectrum have a special area of interest. Some students are much more motivated to use a visual timer when the timer reflects their special area of interest in some way. Here's a template that I made up for a student that I'm working with currently who's very motivated by anything to do with pirates, and another student who really loves dinosaurs. Here's a timer that I designed for a student who loves shapes and colours, and later on in the year we're going to be working with this same student on understanding when the halfway point of any activity is. So we'll start with his red squares and then finish off the last 3 minutes of the activity with the blue ovals until he's finished. I hope I've given you some ideas today about how you can make visual timers for your student. Why don't you have a go at making some on your own, and please get in contact with me via the Teacher Space website to show me what you've made.